गाइस कैन यू इमेजिन, पहले आईफोन, एप्पल फ़ोन्स एंड उसके बाद एप्पल स्मार्ट वॉच और उसके बाद क्या आने वाला है हम लोगों के लिए आईफोन से रिलेटेड जो हमें बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद आने वाला है वो है एक एप्पल कार। जी हाँ, जो एक ऐसी कार है जो एप्पल के जैसे दिखती है, यानी एप्पल आईफोन के जैसे दिखती है और उसमें उसके जो स्टीयरिंग होता है वो एप्पल के जिन लोगों के साथ है और बहुत ही प्यारी फिनिशिंग, इतनी प्यारी सारी उसकी चीज़ें हैं जो मुझे लगता है कि आप लोगों को देखनी चाहिए। हम लोग मिलकर साथ में देखते हैं, फिर रिएक्ट करते हैं और आप लोग भी कमेंट में रिएक्ट कीजिएगा कि आपको ये वीडियो कैसी लगी और आपको आगे कैसी वीडियोस देखनी है, मेरे साथ मिलकर कैसे रिएक्ट करना है। और जो भी कुछ है आप मुझे कमेंट में ज़रूर बताएं, क्योंकि मुझे आपके कमेंट का बहुत ज़्यादा इंतज़ार रहता है। तो एलोन मस्क ने जो जो इंटरव्यू दिए हैं उनमें जो जो बताया है उन्होंने, और अपनी कार का छोटा सा एक प्रोमो भी दिखाया है कि कैसे इस कार की तैयारी हो रही है, सब कुछ मिलकर हम लोग देख लेते हैं। नेक्स्ट वीडियो क्लिप आने वाली है, आप ज़रूर रिएक्ट कीजिएगा और वीडियो पसंद आए तो सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा और लाइक कीजिएगा, शेयर मस्त कीजिएगा। नेक्स्ट क्लिप देखते हैं, चलिए मिलकर वीडियो।
Elon Musk has shown Apple and CEO Tim Cook that he doesn't play around when it comes to protecting his businesses. Musk and Apple have butted heads a couple of times over the years, but Elon Musk has decided to put a stop to it once and for all. What issues does Musk have with Apple, and will Apple still be competition for Tesla in the automobile industry? We have the details. The showdown: iCar versus Tesla. The EV industry is gradually becoming more competitive, with each company trying to get a piece of Tesla's market share, and Apple is gearing up as well to join the competition. It's an open secret that Apple is developing its own car, a self-driving vehicle powered by a next-generation battery technology that would do to the EV industry what the iPhone did to mobile phones. The top-secret project, called Titan, has been in the works since 2014. Elon Musk addressed the issue during an interview with BBC, saying that it was quite obvious that Apple is working on its own electric car. It's pretty hard to hide something if you hire over 1,000 engineers to do it. Or iCar, as it is fondly called, will arrive as early as 2024, and just like Tesla vehicles, it will be supported by mobile apps, touchscreens, and over-the-air updates. While major news about the car is not yet out, Apple is clearly laying out all the pieces on the chessboard as it prepares to make a move. The company has made a significant amount of crossover between mobile car technology and advanced vehicles with its investment in LiDAR and CarPlay. Its new battery technology is predicted to have 3 times the range of batteries available, while costing far less than current options. Apple releasing a car with impressive battery capabilities won't exactly come as a surprise, since the company has plenty experience with advanced battery design. It also knows its way around thermal design limitations, and often innovates with outside-the-box battery and cooling system designs. And of course, developing a software system for their cars would pose little trouble for Apple. So would the iCar be strong competition for Tesla? Elon Musk doesn't think so. Apple is a strong company, but it's no Tesla. The EV giant has over 10 years of experience in the industry, and if Apple or any other car maker is going to compete, they would have to bring cutting-edge design and technology to the table. Elon Musk also doesn't see Apple as a threat. Rather, he hopes the presence of Apple will help expand the industry. After all, Elon's ultimate goal is to increase the presence of sustainable transport, and Apple's presence in the industry is only going to draw more attention and interest. Tesla has also made the patent to some of their vehicles open for other companies that want to develop electric cars, showing that they are not afraid of competition. Even if Apple enters the market, Musk believes that Tesla will continue to make compelling cars. According to Musk, Apple is the Tesla graveyard, where failed employees go to work, and any Tesla employees hired by Apple were not important to the company. He went further, saying it's good that Apple is moving and investing in this direction, but cars are very complex compared to phones or smartwatches. You can't just go to a supplier like Foxconn and say, "Build me a car." Apple still has a long way to go before it comes out with an electric vehicle, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see how Elon Musk reacts to his new competitor. Musk's criticism of Apple. This isn't the only time Musk and Apple have had their issues. Musk had earlier called out Apple for having stale products. They no longer bring out products that really blow people's minds like they did a few years back, even though they still make great products. Musk compared Tesla to Apple, saying Tesla would avoid Apple's mistakes when it comes to consumer interests, as they will continue to make heart-stopping products. He doubled down on his criticism of Apple, criticizing them for their technology's lack of improvement, which affected his email system. He wasn't the only one bashing Apple for its software updates, as many were not happy with the iOS 13 for being full of bugs and constant performance issues. But the competition between the two companies finally came to a head this year. A senior Apple executive, Phil Schiller, who runs the company's Apple Store, deactivated his Twitter account, leading to raised eyebrows and headlines across the industry. It didn't take long before Elon Musk started questioning Apple's reduced spending on advertising on Twitter. Apple has always been the top advertiser on Twitter, spending $48 million on ads on the platform in the first quarter of 2022 alone. The advertising agency recommending Apple had suggested that the company stop its activities on Twitter for brand safety reasons after Musk took over the platform. But Apple wasn't the only top player to make this move, as other top spenders like Cheerios maker General Mills and Volkswagen halted their spending on Twitter as well. He went on, asking for an explanation from Apple CEO Tim Cook, but none was given, at least not on Twitter. But the issue was far from over. The Apple Store saga. A couple of days after questioning Apple's reduced advertising on Twitter, Elon thwarted Apple's attempt to remove Twitter from its App Store as part of its moderation process. Apple has a tight grip over its iOS system and has monopoly over what apps its users can download. Every single app or update on the Apple App Store has to be approved by the App Review division of the company, and any app that doesn't meet their policies will immediately be banned from the platform. But the policies behind which apps get accepted and those that are scrapped have been vague, as some developers have been shafted under the app's review, arbitrary rejections, and boilerplate feedback. Enforcing its content moderation demands is not anything new for Apple, and the company has removed apps like Gab and Parler in an attempt to enforce its new rule. Since Apple is perhaps the biggest smartphone company in the world, having your apps excluded from their store can be a major disadvantage, and if Twitter was pulled out of Apple's App Store, it would lose one of its main distribution platforms and negatively impact the platform's growth. And iPhone users who love the platform won't be able to use it. Apple also requires app makers to pay between 15% and 30% for any digital goods sold through their apps, and Elon Musk is not having it. Now that Twitter has lost its major source of income, Musk has been trying to turn the Blue Twitter subscription into a thriving source of income for Twitter, and Apple's 30% cut for all paid app downloads and in-app purchases from its App Store would take millions out of Twitter, and can affect Musk's plans for growth. After posting a meme suggesting that he would rather go to war than pay the 30% fee, Elon Musk slammed the 30% fee policy, calling it a tax on the internet. He also stood up to support Epic Games, the company in charge of the video game Fortnite. Apple booted the video game company out of its App Store after it introduced its own payment system. Apple has made over $100 million in fees from Fortnite in-app purchases, and the company is suing for access to the Apple App Store once again. It's not every day you see someone criticizing their biggest advertiser, but Elon Musk is not your everyday businessman. For Musk, this goes beyond protecting Twitter's revenue, but a chance to fight against Apple's monopoly that can put other platforms at a disadvantage and affect customers' choice. And for all their differences, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook or Meta, agrees with Musk. He's long described Apple's fees as monopoly rents, noting that the company has a stranglehold as a gatekeeper on what gets on phones, also saying that Apple should be scrutinized over how it runs its App Store. His remarks came after Apple refused to reduce the 30% fee on paid features that Facebook uses to help small business owners struggling in the pandemic. Spotify CEO Daniel Ek also renews his attacks on Apple after Elon Musk's statements. Like Musk, he called Apple's policies a threat to the future of the internet and questioned how long Apple will deny its customers a right to choose. Having a war between two tech giants isn't something anyone, including investors, want to see, even though it would make for fascinating headlines. And the two CEOs are well aware of that. According to Musk, the two met up at Apple's Cupertino campus, and Cook made it clear that Apple will not be removing Twitter from its App Store. The meeting between Cook and Musk may not lead to the two becoming best friends, but it has brought peace back to Silicon Valley, at least for some time. Do you think Elon Musk and Apple will remain at peace for long? Write yes or no in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications turned on. And in case you want to watch more fascinating videos, click the video on the screen now.
Musk इज़ रियली वेरी गुड बिजनेसमैन एंड वो बिज़नेस इस तरीके से करते हैं कि सोचने वाला सोचता रह जाए और ऐसे प्रोडक्ट लाते हैं जो सबको ही पसंद आते हैं। मुझे ये कार बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद आई। अगर आपको पसंद आई तो डिस्क्रिप्शन में यस लिखें एंड वीडियो को लाइक करें, शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें हमारे चैनल को।